In this video, we will learn how to configure SSH version 2 on a Cisco router. So SSH2 is a relatively secure method to connect from internet to a Cisco router, and it's encrypted, and it also uses public key exchange. So let's get into the router and let's make the configuration. So now we're getting into configuration mode, and from here we have to configure terminal 0 and 4, virtual terminal 0 for SSH configuration. So let's go get into the line VTY04. Right here, the first thing we do is we make sure that the transport it accepts is only SSH. So let's do a transport input SSH. So in other words, we're just making sure that user doesn't use a telnet connection. Telnet connection is not a secure connection, so we want to make sure that the connection made will be SSH connection. So now let's also choose a password for SSH connection. Since we are in SSH mode for lines 0 to 4, so we choose the password to be, say, SSH pass. Okay, and also we're making sure that user logs in and to make many kind of changes to the router. So we enter login, and now we're done with the line configurations for 0 to 4 VTY terminal connections. So let's exit out of this, and now we'll make the other connections. So now for SSH version 2 to work, we have to have IP domain. So IP domain name, let's choose IP domain to be, say, let's say Cisco SSH.ca. So this can be anything, so we just choosing any random domain name. So Cisco SSH.ca, right? And again, now we have to generate a crypto key. Crypto key generation uses RSA protocol, which is capable of making public key exchange. So let's do a cry. Cry is say crypto key GEN, that's generate RSA. So RSA protocol, it will use RSA cryptography protocol to generate the public key. So let's do now, since I already have a key, it's asking me to replace it. So let's replace it. Okay, now it's asking if the key strength should be 512 bits or not. 512 has been known to be broken into, so let's just use 1024 bits key at least, so that it's a little stronger. So now we just generated a key. This is a RSA key, public key, which is of 1024 bits of strength, right? So let's do a exit out of this connection, and well, let's make a connection from the client PC. So we close this one out, we go to the PC, And from here, we go to the command prompt and we just say SSH -L, and we use any user name so that the server the router can log this information. So SSH -L a user is user, and here we enter the IPA of the server. I've already configured to be 10.1.1.1, right? So let's do this, and now it's asking for the password. The password was SSH pass. Okay, now we're into the router. We can get into the enable mode, and that was en pass. So we can get into the enable mode. So we are connected to the router from the PC, or we can connect from even from internet, from anywhere, and we can do our configurations, we can do our monitoring. So now let's just do a little bit of monitoring and configurations. So show run. So it's showing us the running configurations. So here are the configurations that we just made. Line VTY04, password SSH pass, login, transport input SSH, right? And also we'll do a little bit of monitoring here. So show IP SSH. So now it's saying that this router is accepting 1.99 version. That means it's accepting SSH1 and it's accepting SSH2 both. And we also want to make sure that if somebody else is also connected or not. So show SSH. Now it's showing that a user called user, that's us, is connected with this connection. So in this video, we learned how to configure the Cisco router with SSH version 2. Thank you.